Randall Stevenson, AT&T CEO, is in Russia talking to Putin, and he showed him a new setup there with his computer. And he tells him, you can listen in, whatever you like. Got the whole lot of senators there, representatives, military, home and work addresses, phone stuff. Remember, when you invade America, I get to be president. And Putin says, well, we'll see. Oh, his efforts with some folks from the Mideast fizzled around the turn of the millennia. Yet he put somebody's son in instead. Make that video you had that call to me with AT&T's executives on speakerphone. Solani, Fed. Oh, see if they portray 911 flight 93, checking close to 5. Trying to call me, want to know why America's lifelines are being hijacked when you do. Post, whatever you get when you don't get me. Lonnie walks into the warehouse and he says, why do you have security cameras here? It's a stolen mail warehouse. And he gets that spray paint, and he spray paints over the lens. And yeah, meanwhile, Bill and Wendell, two computer experts, are watching as their screen gets painted over. Yeah, it goes over the last week, but it also backs up to the cloud. And Bill says, well, we're just going to have to mail Melton a phone now. Here, Lori's, hey, 911, flight 93, checking post at 5. You trying to call me? You want to know why your family's lifeline is not allowed to work? I'm Melton. This is gold. Put all AT&T employees on the backs of these files, their numbers, their addresses. They love noise. So you call them up 24/7. I've been asking for a 911 flight 93 check of America's lifelines for over a decade. I've yet to get one. That you picking up the phone, knowing it works all the time, because you can reach me right now. Not one in over a decade. There's a whole lot of graphic card, whole lot of videos. So call them up 24/7. Park your noisemakers outside their homes. They're doing more than just compromising our security as a nation and as families with that harassment noise of Lori's, of personal knife in the back Lori, of Randall Stevenson, CEO of AT&T. So call up all AT&T employees. Put them on speakerphone. You get them when Randall's overworking them, when they just been doing a little smoking or drinking perhaps, and they're going to tell you what else AT&T is involved in besides compromising our security with their political, religious, and business censorship. Do that. Be the reporter. You get them a little angry, they'll tell you. So that's the lower level employees that they don't even know a lot of times what they're doing that is the same as hijacking America's lifelines. And yes, they alter phone records to cover that up. So they know it's wrong, they're worried about it. Get it on video, and yes, call them up 24/7. You get those AT&T employees. AT&T owned Spectrum, bought it to harass a man in a wheelchair. You get them to tell you what else Randall is up to. Is he planning a revolution, an invasion? Because that's not a furniture company. Those are our lifelines. Get them to tell you. Park that noisemaker outside their home. Call 24/7 the AT&T employees, Spectrum employees as well. They're part of AT&T. Hear AT&T's commercial for censorship? Or see a fire engine or paramedic ambulance? Hear a police car? Let it be a reminder see AT&T's commercial on a basketball game, perhaps? Let it be a reminder to 911 Flight 93 check and post and 5. You're trying to call me Melton. You want to know why America's lifelines are being hijacked when you do. Not one 911 Flight 93 check in over a decade of asking. No certified mail, no non-certified mail. No FedEx, no UPS. Gonna send me some mail. Make a video first. It's gonna be stolen, and put AT&T's executives on speakerphone and ask them why they are hijacking America's lifelines. Tell them it doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. We're going to defend America by making a video of your PHONEGATE. Then you try to call me with those executives on speakerphone. Timestamp on your phone in the video. My number dial. Tell them you can alter phone records all day long for 10 years. It's not going to make any difference. All of America is getting your PHONEGATE AT&T on video. Your helicopter? 911 Flight 93 checking post and 5. Make a video of AT&T censorship. Timestamp on your phone. Number dial. I've been asking for 911 Flight 93 checks for over a decade. That's you picking up your phone, actually reaching me. I'm Melton. No certified mail, no non-certified mail, no FedEx, no UPS. You're gonna send me a letter, make a video at first. It's gonna be stolen, and yes, takes just 5 minutes to make that video. Whoever's in the room there with you, timestamp on your phone, number dialed, and yes, call up AT&T's executives. And while they're on speakerphone, you try to call me, tell me AT&T phone records all you want. We've got your PHONEGATE on video. He's an AT&T employee, or maybe he is a Mormon, and he's at home on his day off, and there's this annoying backup sound been going on for the longest time. And he goes outside and it's a little old lady, Gertrude, in her very small car, and he cusses her out something fierce. Oh, don't worry, she's getting it on video. And he said, "Why is your car making that noise?" And she says, "Oh, that's for safety. I'm looking for a little old lady, a friend of mine I'm supposed to take to church." And she's rummaging through her purse. And yeah, do that. Get those hateful folks, throw that hate back at them, and you find out what they're up to. They'll tell you. Get them a little angry. Mormons and the AT&T employees both conducting harassment noise outside. The Mormon cult pervert parable I just made is really good. It's got AT&T next door harassing a man in a wheelchair and your family. Distracting for the Mormon cult perverts on site already. Said Larry is busy. The only reason he answered the phone is that some bitch Randall Stevenson probably has more work for him, and immediately he has to say, once he finds out it's not him. I had to get back to him. I'm very busy right now, and he goes back to that, and the caller on the other end of the line is making a nice video. The Mormon Muslim, AT&T call watch list, military pit bull project program. And yes, Larry's telling them, synchronizing, telling them just when to shut the phone off for that staged event. 911 Flight 93 taking over a decade. Call all AT&T employees and they'll tell you what else Randall's doing. See a helicopter? 911 Flight 93 check with Randall Stevenson and other AT&T executives on speakerphone. And Randall Stevenson has traveled far from his home, headquarters in Dallas, Texas, I believe. Yeah, he's in Utah. And talking to the bedsheet crew. And he says, "Oh, I'm surprised to see you." And Osama says, "Yeah, some traitors faked my death in the same way. They're hijacking America's lifelines in an easily documented way." And Randall says, "Well, you just say the word and I've got all of America's lifelines hijacked. You let me know when you want them turned off." Oh, writers have, looks like, for the dirty business of the AT&T folks. They don't use anything with their name on the side. They bought Spectrum a year and a half, 2 years ago, I'm not sure, but I haven't seen one AT&T on the side of the vans bought to harass a man in a wheelchair. He's been asking for 911 Flight 93 checks for over a decade and not gotten one. Tried to call me up with all AT&T employees on speakerphone. Tell them you can alter phone records all you want. I'm getting truth. I'm getting your PHONEGATE. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed, AT&T employees reaction. Post. Hear AT&T's hatred? Call them on it. Because that's not just hatred of a man in a wheelchair. Telling you, a sharp looking wheelchair I might have. Telling you about your family's hijacked lifeline site. It's AT&T's hatred of your family. Not one 911 Flight 93 check in a decade of asking. So, call up all AT&T employees, get them on that bad day, call them 24/7. Get them when Randall Stevenson, CEO, has been overworking them. Get them when they just had a fight with a girlfriend home from the bar, been smoking a little weed, and they will tell you what else that is compromising America's security that AT&T, which bought Spectrum next door, is doing. Do a little intel for America. Get them angry and they'll tell you exactly what they're up to. Milton's imagery. Oh, those are my eyes there. So that's AT&T's hate in the background. It affects your family. So make that video of your family's hijacked lifeline as you try to call me with all AT&T employees on speakerphone. And yes, park your noisemakers outside of their homes. You get them a good and angry, they'll tell you what else they are taking part in as a dangerous phone monopoly as individuals. What they're taking part in besides hijacking a lifeline, as I asked for 93 checks for a decade and don't get one. The imagery and videos. What else besides that? And altering phone records covered up. They will tell you. So keep calling them. Try to call me with them on speakerphone. Tell them you can alter phone records all you want. We got PHONEGATE on video. We got AT&T's PHONEGATE. So Leroy is up late. He and his wife don't want to be. Leroy and Lonnie are AT&T employees. And she's frantic. She says, "Why are they doing this to us?" And Leroy says, AT&T conducted their own revolution against America. And it cost us everything. They are having a lot of folks honking outside their door, just like AT&T, which can turn off that, very easily turn off that noise, but don't. They're conducting harassment of me and of you. So a lot of good Americans pulling up outside their homes. They're calling them all hours of the day and night. The lower level employees will tell you everything about the upper levels' threat to America. So honk outside their homes. They're backing up. They're conducting religious censorship, a lifeline censorship, against me, against you. Can't reach me right now. I bet you can guess me asking for 9/11 Plate 93 checks for over a decade and not getting one? Oh, I no longer have that. That when AT&T conducts harassment against you, your lifeline, their phone, is going to be just as newsworthy when that happens. So make that video, post that video, hijack call to me right now. And remember, all Mormons, get those numbers as well. Tell them you're conducting war on a man in a wheelchair. You're conducting war on America, AT&T and Mormons. We're not going to have that. So Lonnie and Leroy going to hear that noise until all of those folks at AT&T are no longer a threat to America. Call them up. When they're angry, they're going to tell you what AT&T is a part of. Get that truth out of them. And yes, send me those phones and laptops. Oh, they're not going to get to me. That Chinese hatred. But you can locate Trump's stolen mail warehouses, how he conducts political, religious, and business censorship. AT&T's active part in it earned their employees a lot of hate thrown right back at them. Get those lists formed. Mobilize against the threat that is AT&T, Mormon cult with the Saudi Arabian Muslim terrorist brothers on American soil. Make them crack. Find out what other treason they're involved in. Rebellion, invasion. Leroy is going to tell you. Get it out of him. I was watching a World's Smallest Countries. Actually, I didn't pick it out. It just happened to be on. As I was eating my dinner, and the devil's people, the Chinese, that hate with their Muslims on hand with their harems lately, and with the ever-present Mormon cult and AT&T next door, the Chinese hating Vatican City. The computer's already broken. If Lori text taunted my personal knife in the back sister, text taunted and broke the computer. It won't. I can't put my external hard drive, my EHDs on it. And so they literally broke it again. It's just used for the internet. That's the devil's people hatred of Catholics and truth. Here AT&T harassing a man in a wheelchair and your family. Defend your family. I've been asking for a 9/11 Plate 93 check for over a decade. I have yet to get one. That you picking up your phone, knowing it works all the time because you can reach me. Not one in over a decade. Put the numbers of AT&T's executives on the backs of the fives if I can find them here. And call them up. Put them on speakerphone. And, oh, there you are. You try to call me, tell them, alter phone records all you want. Randall Stephenson, CEO of AT&T, or generals or colonels. Alter all you want. America has PHONEGATE. Timestamp on your phone, number dial. Found it. This is what an AT&T it's been hazed over in a short period of time. That's what an AT&T van looks like. I haven't seen one. That's outside the convalescent hospital from help. I haven't seen one in that parking lot conducting hate, Lori Amber Yvonne style hate, for the 2 years I've been here, 2 years plus. But that's what one looks like. It's just been hazed over. But yeah, I've had everything altered. Yeah, it's been hazed over. It'd be interesting if someone could find out and fix that. AT&T charging you extra to conduct their political, religious, and business censorship across America, easily documented. That's them buying spectrum to harass a man in a wheelchair who's been asking you to check your lifelines for over a decade, and you have to get that first. 9/11 Flight 93 check. Timestamp on your phone number dialed. Tell Randall Stevenson you can alter all the phone records you want. America has AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. And yet they're charging you more, inflating their prices to pay for them conducting harassment techniques against not only me, that's your family's lifeline they're harassing. All good soldiers, make that video of AT&T's PHONEGATE. Timestamp on your phone number dialed, with or without their executives on speakerphone, and explaining to them that they can alter all the phone records they want. It doesn't do them any good. Remember to post, remember to tell everyone else. Get that video of AT&T's PHONEGATE. Get them out of there, get some folks in who aren't jeopardizing America's security at the expense of their political, religious, and business, and most importantly, lifeline censorship. Latest Spectrum AT&T employee who wants to hear that 24/7. Oh, you can fit cars for that. Tell them it's a safety procedure. And you organize to protect your city from AT&T's extremely active hate. The Mormons as well. Park outside their house. As you're looking on that map, turn on that hate. Throw it right back at the Mormons and AT&T, incredibly active. I'll go through the cops, go through the civic organizations, the churches, and you make sure you're protecting America from the Mormons. Call them up when they're good and crazy, the Mormons and the AT&T employees, and you ask them what other threat to America's security are you involved in. Get the reaction. Folks, you learn something about them that way. All AT&T employees, that noise is easily turned off. They're in a gated parking lot. They are requesting all of America to park their noisemakers outside of every AT&T employee's home. Do that 24/7. Call them up 24/7. You get them raging over truth. Your child's lifeline hijacked as you try to call me. 424-229-4140. Not 1-911 Flight 93 check. And over a decade of asking. Get that man raging, and he's going to tell you what else he's done, he's ashamed of, what else he's done for Randall Stevenson. Call him up when he's drunk, call him up when he's high, call him up when he's overworked, call him up when he's trying to sleep. You get that truth out of him. Because that's your family's lifeline being hijacked as you try to call me. 424-229-4140. Get that man raging. Get him a little angry. He's going to tell you what Randall Stevenson's out-of-control phone monopoly is doing to jeopardize America and our family's security. Post. Here AT&T's harassment. Call them on their compromising of America's security. 424-229-4140. Tell them you got the timestamp on your phone, number dialed. Doesn't matter how many phone records they alter. All of America has AT&T's number. They have their PHONEGATE, compromising of America's security, America's families' securities as well. On video, did that. Called them up on my speakerphone, put the executives' numbers on the backs of these pipes, hand them out to even more folks who can call them up and tell them. Alter all you want. We've got your PHONEGATE on video. I guess they're getting those calls. Didn't back up. They're harassing a man in a wheelchair. They're harassing your family. That's your lifeline not working. Make that video. 424-229-4140. AT&T's PHONEGATE. Flight 93 check. Doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. America has AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed. You're trying to call me, Melton, John Melton Brady. 424-229-4140. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring. The phone's not allowed to work because AT&T's political, religious, and business censorship. When you need the firemen, police, and paramedics. So you call them on that. Call AT&T's Randall Stevenson, CEO, and other executives. You put them on speakerphone, you try to call me, you explain. It doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. America has your number. AT&T. We have you on video. What are you planning? A revolution, an invasion? We don't like our phones being part of your religious, political, and business censorship. There are lifelines. So call them on that. AT&T's political, religious, and business censorship. Post. Hear Lori the Devil's backup noise. And 911 Flight 93 checking posted in 5. Trying to call me Melton. And you want to know when else AT&T is hijacking a lifeline with very easily documented censorship. Put all AT&T employees on the backs of these 5 generals as well. And try to call me with them on speakerphone. Tell them AT&T can alter phone records all they want. We got your PHONEGATE on video. And yes, you call them up left and right, or if you're noisemakers outside of their homes, and they will tell you what AT&T is doing besides altering our phone records after they hijack our lifelines. Took 5. See, that's what I mean. I take to it. It took me hitting the button 5 times to start it, and they shut it off. And those 5 hits of the button on my phone to get this started. And yeah, it's a little early. I'm not eating yet. I can tell they have the Chinese management of AT&T's deadly and painful censorship around. Make sure you get a nice documentary video of them. Simplify, aim high, fly far, win this we will defend America from AT&T, dangerous monopoly compromising our individual, family, and security as a nation. My AT&T hatred folder, as it turns out a lot lately, AT&T Mormon hatred. These are what I'm going to join from yesterday and today, this morning. And yes, that's got AT&T's commercial on it. So it's in the TV folder there. But yeah, they made sure to time their hatred backup noise so it didn't occur with their commercial for hatred. So make that video whenever you see AT&T's commercial for hatred in a parking lot or on TV. Call them up 24/7. Try to call me, ask them what's your part in that. Or call them at home. They don't mind disturbing me at my home. They're a threat to our security. Point that out left and right. Here is Siren. Remember to check your family's lifeline. I'm Melton, John Melton Brady, and I've been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check of America's Lifelines for over a decade. That's you picking up your phone, knowing it works all the time, because you can reach me. Can't reach me, you have no idea when else your phone won't be allowed to work because of political, religious, business censorship conducted openly by AT&T. They bought Spectrum to harass the man in a wheelchair who's been asking you for your 9/11 Flight 93 checks for over a decade without getting one. They're also harassing you. That's your family's lifeline. It's going to be just as newsworthy if it's not allowed to work in an emergency as me asking for over a decade. So call up Randall Stevenson and all executives of AT&T, put them on speakerphone, try to call me with them on speakerphone. Tell them you can AT&T those phone records all you want. America has your PHONEGATE on video. Remember, they love that backup noise. So all AT&T employees love to hear that wherever you go, wherever they go, wherever you see them. And yeah, call them up all hours of the day and night and try to call me with them on speakerphone. You can find out you get them a little bit angry, or you get them when they're getting drunk or high. You're going to find out all kinds of things about AT&T that they're doing that's treasonous besides hijacking America's lifelines. So get on video. Don't come see me in gold. Have wit, will travel. Show me that perfect place to build. Jesus is immaculate house. Best people start building well. Hear AT&T's commercial for their threat to American security? Yeah, that noise that they can easily turn off, or an actual AT&T commercial on TV. See that commercial? Make a point of finding these fives with the numbers of AT&T's executives on the backs, of generals and colonels as well. In either case, phone monopoly or the general colonel of the military business, they don't know what a 9/11 Flight 93 check is after I've been asking for over a decade with all kinds of imagery. They are involved or they're incredibly incompetent. I don't think they're incompetent. It will depend upon their answer. As you have them on speakerphone, you try to call me and you tell them. Doesn't matter how many phone records you alter, America has AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. See AT&T's commercial, make a video of your overpriced AT&T. They have to finance their censorship, their harassment of a man in a wheelchair, for one, and plenty of others worldwide. They have to finance that with inflated prices. So hear that AT&T commercial, try to call me with AT&T on speakerphone. Both. Hear AT&T's hatred on Saturday. Tell everyone. When you hear that hatred, AT&T's political, religious, and business censorship that affects your lifelines. When you hear that hatred commercial on TV or in your parking lot, put AT&T's numbers on the backs of those fives. You call them up. You try to call me. 424-229-4140. You tell them. Alter phone records all you want, AT&T. America has your PHONEGATE on video. That sound is you backing out of the threat to America's security business. Backing out of the phone monopoly business. Some more AT&T employees. Well, it's not just here in Eagle Rock, it's across the country, worldwide. They're hijacking lifelines in South America as well. Some more AT&T employees volunteering for you to put their addresses on the backs of these AT&T 5s, their numbers. You park outside with your noisemakers, harassing the man in a wheelchair and your family. That's your child's lifeline being affected by these folks active in our hijack lifelines. So you put their names, you put their numbers, you put their address on the backs of my graphic art. You call them up 24/7 as well as that. And you find out what else besides hijacking America's lifelines is the treasonous assault on Mother Nature company and employees of AT&T. What else are they involved in? You get them angry enough, you call them on their day off, when they're getting drunk, when they're getting high, when they're overworked. By Randall Stevenson, the CEO in Dallas there, you call them up, you get them a little angry, and they're going to tell you what AT&T is doing to compromise the security of America and your family. So do that. Tell them, as you got them on speakerphone and you're trying to call me, that's your family's lifeline, and you can alter phone records all you want. AT&T has been for a decade now. You can alter phone records all you want. All of America and you. Make that video. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed. All AT&T employees, a little angry or not, on that speakerphone. You can alter phone records all you want. America has AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. AT&T's harassment of a man in a wheelchair and your family. Make that video of America's hijacked lifelines with them on speakerphone. Tell them you can AT&T our phone records all you want. We're getting your PHONEGATE on video. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed. Randall Stevenson owns AT&T, bought it to harass a man in a wheelchair. His and his executives' response to your family's lifeline not working, you not knowing when else it won't be allowed to work. AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. Post. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, 100 more. Hear a siren? Check your family's lifeline. Check America's lifeline. 424-229-4140. You're making a video of AT&T's PHONEGATE. Yeah, they're the ones bought out Spectrum. Because I've been asking for a 9/11 Platinum i3 check for over a decade and I have yet to get one. Hear that siren? Make that video. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed, and yes, make sure that you put AT&T executives on speakerphone as you're trying to call me. Ask them, are you staging a revolution? An invasion? Because it doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. All of America will have AT&T's PHONEGATE. All good soldiers, protect America with a video of your hijacked call to me. Phone monopoly, AT&T, conducting political, religious business. Lifeline censorship. Get them on video doing that. Put them on speakerphone. You try to call me. Tell them you got that AT&T PHONEGATE on video. Post. What's that sound? That's the sound of AT&T backing out of the phone monopoly and the threat to American security business. See that vapor trail in the sunset? Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Make that video of your hijack call to me, Melton, and post. Yeah, AT&T next door lets me know which ones they like. You just let me know this one they like. And yeah, if you're a lower level employee and you don't like that noise thrown back at you that AT&T is throwing at me, Melton, man in a wheelchair, you don't like getting blamed for them hijacking America's lifeline, get the truth out about them. You can do it anonymously. You know how. Here AT&T's commercial for censorship for harassment. They're harassing me, a man in wheelchairs has been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for over a decade and has yet to get one. They're harassing your family. You can prove that. Make that video of you trying to call me with Randall Stevenson and all other AT&T executives on speakerphones. Put the numbers on the back of these files, 4x6 photos. Find them at vote-truth.blogspot.com. Hand them out all across America and tell all of America to try to call me with them on speakerphone. Tell them they can AT&T your phone records all they want. You've got their PHONEGATE, AT&T's PHONEGATE, Randall Stevenson's PHONEGATE on video. Do that. They're a threat to America's security. All good Americans try to call me with AT&T on speakerphone. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed, AT&T's PHONEGATE. Traitors to America, compromising our security as individuals, family, and a nation. You can AT&T. They bought Spectrum next door to harass a man in a wheelchair. And you. That's your family's lifeline not working. So make that video if you hijack call to me, 424-229-4140, not one, and over a decade of asking. That's the Mormon Muslim hatred that is threatening our country, our security. So, yeah, be a part of the Military Pitbull Project. Form that list of numbers, all Mormons and Muslims on American soil, and you try to call me with them on speakerphone. Oh, of course, make sure you get those generals and colonels and AT&T as well. Especially with AT&T, yes, you can hide AT&T those phone records all you want. We have Truth and PHONEGATE, your PHONEGATE on video. Here AT&T's harassment of a man in a wheelchair and your family. Find their numbers, AT&T's executives on the backs of these files, by the bars, parties, military bases. Call them up. Put them on speakerphone, the executives. Try to call me in front of them. Well, you can do it in person if you can. And tell them, doesn't matter how many phone records you alter. America has AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. Timestamp on your phone number dial. They can easily turn it off, and they should, in their parking lot close to six apartment complexes. But Randall Stevenson is conducting harassment techniques against the man in a wheelchair. And your family, that's your lifeline. You don't know when else it won't be allowed to work. Call Randall on that. Here AT&T's hatred commercial. Remind yourself not to come to California with your tourist dollars. And yes, call up Randall Stevenson and make a video of him on speakerphone as you try to call me and ask him why he is threatening America's security with his phone monopoly. Political, religious, and business censorship. You can AT&T those phone records all you want. Tell Randall and his executives. All of America has PHONEGATE on video. The Mormons, AT&T's, PHONEGATE. Don't forget the generals and colonels. Put them on speakerphone. That'd be the stolen mail to me over the past decade. Make that video, post that video, hand those files out with those numbers on the backs for everyone else. To 911 Flight 93, check and post in 5 with them. With generals, Mormons, all Mormons. And let's not forget Flickr, which isn't backing up my imagery and videos. I pay them good money to do. Put them on speakerphone, try to call me, post. Whatever they say about their involvement in PHONEGATE. Remember, when you hear Lori's backup noise, put all of AT&T's employees' phone numbers on the backs of these. But remember, put their addresses too, so they can park those noisemakers outside of their homes. And yes, call them up 24/7. And you catch them on the right bad day, maybe yeah, the Chinese will drive something like that past to interrupt a video or to show, yeah, that we're breaking muffler laws too. Not just decibel laws with Spectrum. AT&T bought Spectrum to do just that. So, yeah, park your noisemakers outside. You get them when Randall Stephenson, the CEO of AT&T, has been overworking them, or they had a fight with their wife, or they've been doing some recreational drugs or something, come home from the bar, and they'll tell you exactly what AT&T is involved in, what treason, what threat to our security they're involved in, besides hijacking your call to me. You don't know when else that phone won't be allowed to work. Call them on that. Post. Tell them you can alter phone records all you want. We have AT&T's PHONEGATE on video. Timestamp on your phone, number dial. Make the video whoever's in the room there with you. Their family's lifeline being hijacked. And call up those AT&T employees. Get the truth out of them. Find out what else they're doing.